Okay, Paul. So this is actually P2 or Pillow 2 that I'm compressing here. This machine right here is a 30 by 36 with two 3.5 inch bore cylinders. Kind of a basic model, but it's going to do the job. Let's put it that way. Machine I quoted you was similar to that. It's got to be a little bit wider. It's got to be a little bit meaner. It's going to compress 90% of your product with no issues. I mean, well, I compress 100% of your product with no issues, but I suggest making it a little bit meaner for the memory foam. Um, this pillow right here is P1, if I'm thinking. No, this is P3 actually. And there's the foot pedal there that you're going to have to deal with. So the photo eye reads the products. You press the foot pedal, compresses it, seals it. Now you're going to have a heat control, which there's a wire basically where it's sealing that bag, and then you got to have a dwell control. The dwell on this machine right here is jacked all the way up because the customer does memory foam, and I mean thick memory foam. So when they compress it, they want it to stay down as long as possible. They have a really thick bag too. They do barrier pouch bags, which are extremely expensive, but they do the job, and they will keep something compressed and sealed for upwards of 60 days. Now this bag or this product right here is P3 that I sent you, and the bags that I'm using on this machine are too wide. I didn't have the exact right size bag for about, I don't know, 30% of your product, but it's sealed it, but on the left and right side I had a little hole, so it's gonna come back. But as you can see, if you had the right size bag, right size machine, you'll be able to compress this product very well. Now this one right here is P5. The bag, I didn't have a big enough bag to put this in. Now with a zipper like that, you're gonna have to have it open, because if not, it's gonna pop that bag when you compress it. But as you can see, it's gonna compress this very well all the way down. And this is just a basic model, I mean, I know I quoted you both ways. I think this type machine right here will be fine for you. I'm gonna have to make it wider, a little bit longer, but other than that, I think this is gonna be a good machine for you. And I mean, you'll be able to do, 100% of what you sent me with it. So I don't see an issue with any of it really, even the memory foam side of things. So I suggest going a little bit meaner, but you don't have to if you don't want to. This pillow right here is P6. And here we go. Now coming up, there's a pillow that I think it's P1. It's the organic pillow, which are extremely comfortable, by the way. But I'm going to show you why you have to make this machine longer, and you're going to have to be careful with the bag sizes. Now this one right here did really well. If I ever come back and get it. There we go. Did real well. Pillow, or the bag's not wide, or it's too wide. Again, just a little bit. The machine's not wide enough, pretty much. That's the issue. But so I think coming up is yep. All right. So I want you to watch something. This pillow is going to expand a lot. It's just the way it is, and the bag is very narrow. So watch this. See, it's going to push it out. It's going to expand extremely bad. Now, to fix that issue, the machine's got to be longer, which I already quoted you, and you got to push that thing all the way up in there so it hits it straight down. Now, when you do that, if you think about this, your bag is going to have to be a little bit longer, which I'm gonna send you basically the specs on exactly what I think you need for the bags, depending on how long you want to keep them compressed. But it's gonna crush that organic pillow, no problem. Now this one right here, I thought I was gonna have an issue with, because it's very thick, but as you can see, there was no issue at all. And honestly, this is just a wood compression pad too, that's a basic for my machines. It's very thick wood, but I mean, I reinforce it now, so as you can see, it did very well. And it's Monday now, and I'm making this, so it's sitting out there on the table out there, and it looks great. It hasn't moved, nothing changed. So on to last one. Now this is the memory foam, which is not very thick, obviously, but that's the only reason I wanted to go a little bit meaner, because I don't know what kind of memory foam you're getting into. Because if you get into something a lot thicker than this, you might have some issues with this basic machine. Now, I can tell you right now, this machine crushes this thing very well. If the bag was right, it would have been gorgeous. But as you can see, I'm pointing to the left right here. The bag's way too wide, and that seal bar is, it's just not gonna deal with it. But it's, as you can see, it did really well. Professional product. You'd be able to save a lot of money with this equipment, as you can see. I'm sure you know. So I can make it happen, and I can change that bed too. I know it. You have lines in it. I can make it solid, and we can go from there. Thanks a lot, Paul.